Welcome back to the Padilla Family Homestead. Today we have all kinds of little things that we have to get done. I'm going to take care of some vanilla beans that came in the mail. And then we are going to go check on a few things out in the garden. And I need to go grab a few things from the grocery store. And so I haven't decided on everything I'm taking you along with me, but I figured I'd take you along with me for all the little things that I need to do, because this is how you have a working pantry, a from bulk kitchen. You're trying to cook a lot from scratch, all the things. So I'm going to go ahead and just take you with me. So the first thing is I have 5 ounces of these Timor-Leste extract grade vanilla beans. 5 ounces. They smell amazing. These, I don't remember all the undertones. They're supposed to be like apple and date and all kinds of different flavors that go along with this. And so I have been trying to decide how I want to utilize this the best, and I'm going to make an extract out of it. If I decide that I want to use some of the beans to put into sugar later, I will. But I think my best use, what I find to be the best use of beans, make sure it's on the outside of the jar. It is. What I find to be the best use of beans is to make your extract and then use some beans after that year to make sugar and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put all 5 of these, all 5 ounces in here. Now to make actual extract, oh man, these are very plump and fresh and just so bendy, and they smell delicious. All right, so to make extract, the actual like level of extract that you're supposed to do is 8 ounces of alcohol to 1 ounce of beans. So for 5 ounces of beans, I should be doing 5 cups of alcohol. I have a ridiculous amount of vanilla, but I go through it pretty fast and I utilize it a lot. And so people are like, why are you always buying vanilla beans and always starting vanilla extract? Well, because I bake a lot, I add it into all kinds of things, and it takes a year minimum to make. And so the sooner I put it on, the sooner I have it. So this will be ready for next fall's baking. I may not even have 5 cups. Yikes. I don't know how good my pouring is going to be right now. Look at run burler. Let's see what I have here. I'm just going to put the rest of that in because it's going to be about a cup. And that will work. I also so you have to wait a year for it to be ready. So you have to think in advance on how much you're actually going to use in a year. And anytime we have holiday baking or anything, we use a lot of vanilla. And so that's why I make so much extract. Now I'm set for this year on extract perfectly fine. So this will sit and brew and do its thing and get really dark, and it will be amazing. Last year, I don't remember the variety I did. So I don't remember all of these. I got to go back and look at some videos and see what I have going on here. Because some of my labels have worn off and some things I didn't label, but I can tell you what I think I have going on here. So this is the one I just made, which is the Timor-Leste. And then I believe this one is the one I started last summer when we moved here. When I arrived here, we had already gotten our first set of vanilla beans, and I believe that's this, and it should be my Ecuador vanilla beans, which have a different flavor profile than the Timor-Leste. And then this one, I want to say, oh man, these are huge. I want to say these are my Mexican, I think they're my Madagascar, beans from Madagascar, but that are Mexican cured, if I remember correctly. No, actually, I know exactly what this is. That's not what this is. This is the second round of beans. I took beans from a ton of different jars and I mixed them all together. So I had my Mexican cured, my bourbon cured, I had, I think, some Ugandan and maybe some Papua New Guinea, possibly, beans. And this is what I took the beans and put them in here, and I did this before we moved to California, and that's why there's like such a huge variety of sizes. Now this is a second round, so your first round you're supposed to do 8 ounces of alcohol to 1 ounce of beans. Your second round for a second extract should be 4 ounces of alcohol to every 1 ounce of beans. And so this one is loaded very thick with beans. It's going to have a very unique flavor profile. And we should be coming up on about 2 years of this brewing, which is awesome. So that's what this is, because it is very loaded, more loaded than any jar I've ever done. This one I just started. I just started in July of this year, and this one is the Madagascar bourbon cured. And so bourbon cured is done with steam or water, I think, and then the Mexican cured is done with sun. And so you can have Mexican beans that are bourbon cured or Mexican beans that are Mexican cured. You got Madagascar beans from the island of Madagascar that are bourbon cured, which is the water, steam, or Mexican cured. You can have them from, there's all over. I have Indonesian, this one, let's see what this one's Ugandan, and this is a different Madagascar bourbon cured. This one's in a spiced rum. I've done silver rum. I've done gold rum, white rum. I do all rum. That's what I prefer. Vodka gives me headaches. And not all vodka is gluten-free. So this is my hoard of vanilla beans. Don't judge me. But I use it a lot. Actually, I have one more. This is the one that's in a cabinet right now that I've been pouring out of in all the most recent videos. And then there's this last one that is also a mystery. I don't really like doing the plastic lids on top because the alcohol can still evaporate. I have had more issues with the plastic lids. This one's really foggy. So I feel like something's gone off with this one actually, which is really unfortunate. And that either means something got in there and contaminated it, because none of my other ones have ever been foggy. So I'm probably not going to utilize that one. But I am going to go back through some of my old videos and figure out what's what for sure. Like this mystery one is really the only one I need to know. So I've talked about this before. I order vanilla beans from a co-op group called Injury Vanilla Group, and they have a retail site where you can order tons of different styles. They have the different flavor profiles for them. Some of them are going to be fruitier and more floral. Some of them are going to be more caramely. Some of them are going to be really dark and like chocolatey undertones. Every single one has a different flavor profile. Vanilla is not just vanilla. So in the co-op group, you wait for whatever type of bean you want to come up to become a pre-order. You order that, and sometimes they're a month turnaround, sometimes they're like 4 months turnaround. It just depends on the bean, where they're coming from, and how that shipment is working. And you can get a much cheaper price for vanilla beans that way. So like I just ordered Burundi vanilla beans that are a caramely undertone, and those are $9 an ounce on the group. Whereas if I bought them from the retail, they would be way more expensive. Some of these have been $7, $8 an ounce, which is way cheaper. If you go to your local grocery store and see how much 2 vanilla beans are selling for, don't even get me started, it's not even an ounce. 2 vanilla beans that are brittle and messed up, like, you're not getting very much from that. And so for your bang for your buck. And so this way, this makes it super affordable. I use inexpensive rum and I just extract it, which is amazing. This group is also who I order my cinnamon sticks from and my wild Madagascar peppercorns. Now both, and then they have saffron. I think they've done nutmeg in the past. I don't know if they're doing that again. But any of the other spices are one time a year, and so those are a much longer turnaround. So like this cinnamon, I think I placed the order in April or May, and I just got it in August. I also placed the Madagascar peppercorn order in May, and we still have not gotten those. And so it's a longer turnaround period, but when you know how much you're getting and how much they can order, they get a better deal for it. So I'll link that group below. There's no like referral, anything. It's just a great group. If you have questions about it, feel free to reach out. You will see people make vanilla extract that is not the one. So single fold vanilla extract is the 8 ounce of alcohol to 1 ounce of beans. Some people like the double fold, which is 1 ounce of beans to 4 ounces of alcohol. And some people don't care, they just want vanilla flavored alcohol where it's not actually extract. And they put a few beans in, fill it up with alcohol, let it sit for a long time, and start pouring it. You're going to start getting vanilla flavor that is way better than any vanilla extract you could buy at the store earlier than a year. However, for real extract, the deep flavor, the amazingness, where you get less boozy flavor, it is going to be after that year. And the darker your alcohol is, like if you're doing whiskey or bourbon or things like that to extract in, then I think you're supposed to go 18 months to 2 years for that extract. And so always having some started is really good. So the other thing I do is in this bag, which smells amazing, I'm going to take some sugar. I'm going to take the last of this regular sugar I have in here right now. Just loosen that up. And I'm going to pour this into here. And I'll let that absorb up the scent and the flavor from inside this bag. I'll leave it here for a few weeks. They pre-soak, I believe they do, I think they pre-soak in silver rum to make sure anything is killed on it and that nothing grows in the shipment period. And then, so that this had a little bit of moisture in it, which would have been that rum. And then it has some of a little bit of vanilla bean caviar, not much, but a ton of flavor. So I'll let this sit, and then I'll just add this to my vanilla sugar, which will be super yummy. I'm gonna ride on this. It's not perfect, but it's on there. I'm going to put a ring on this, but this has the date, the bean type, and the rum type. I am pretty darn sure, like 99% sure this is my second round beans. Come on. All right. Second round beans 2024 question mark. I don't remember if I did at the end of 2023 or 2024. And this one's going to be Ecuador, I can't spell, 2024. That was after we moved. I'm going to redo this one now that my ink's coming out better. Okay, I'm going to start putting these underneath. Oh my gosh, guys, you're going to laugh. Sri Lankan, also done in July of this year in gold rum. So these are the ones done in this year, so they're going to take longer. I have a live where I answered a lot of questions on vanilla extract that I'll tag below for anybody interested in that. I had some people really interested in vanilla and some of the things you can do with it. And so I went live and was able to answer questions and kind of try to give descriptions. I have lots of videos. I have videos of me making vanilla sugar and all kinds of things. I am going to make a different type of vanilla sugar coming up that's more formed and shaped, and I will take you along with me on that journey. The other extracts that I have made are cinnamon extract, coffee extract, and then I made I think I did a cocoa nib one. I don't know how that one. I haven't really used those because I don't use them in anything really. And then I did a lemon extract, but I don't think it turned out right. So I'm going to retry that with some stuff that I have learned. Okay, so on to the next project. So really fast, got a couple of new containers, a few new containers from a friend. I have pulled out a lot of the things. These beds are about to get cleared out, not today, but they are about to get cleared out, and I have a bug netting system I'm going to set up on these containers and get some fall plants started a little late, but it's better than never. These are desperate for watering, but right now I'm just going to harvest a couple of things. I have a habanada. Oh, there's another one down here. Let's see, do I have any? I need to fertilize too. I'm really slacking out here. I have gotten sick back to back, and my garden is feeling the effects of a lack of a gardener. Some shishito peppers. Do these few banana peppers. And this pepper plant is getting very top heavy over here. I'm going to pull this pepper. Oh, see, look at that. That's rotting. It got hollowed out. This one has a hole. Something's up here eating things. This plant has that same disease now that the other tomato plants I had did have. I have a couple more ripe ones up here, but this tomato is getting really tall. I cannot explain enough how crazy these marigolds are. That one's laying down behind and just still growing. This one's laying down. It's not growing anymore. It's going to. It's going to do flowers, but I'm going to pull it out. The cucumber plant is dead. And this one like broke and is laying down, but is still growing like crazy, which is nuts. Over here, really, we have this rogue tomato plant back here that we'll see if these actually ripen. I'm not holding my breath. My okra is doing great though. This is the Okinawa pink. That little guy is problematic. He's going to eat things. My pineapple sage is ready for another harvest. And the neighbor's dog came over and broke and smashed my winter squash, so I'm not going to get that. But this shishito plant is literally the best producing thing pepper that I have planted over here, but it's being weird. Like, I don't know, it has some weird attributes, but none of my other peppers that I planted in ground did good. But I got a good handful. This banana plant, the banana pepper plant, has not done well. I'll go and take that pepper though. Like, things are just being weird. That hasn't produced even one habanada at all. Nothing's growing. The GreenStalk, since we're over here, are ravished and out of control and diseased and dying. I still have this Swiss chard and celery though. I'm going to be harvesting everything out of here pretty soon, including the habaneros that I'm not going to be able to eat because they're too spicy, but they're growing like crazy back there. So I went and grabbed all of that. I'm not grabbing any herbs right now because I don't have time to deal with them. But I'm getting all my peppers out of my pocket. So we have Bible study tonight. We're gonna eat dinner there, and then we'll have breakfast and lunch for work tomorrow. Oh, this has a bug hole in it. Anything else? Darn buggies. So this is the green pepper. This is the snacking pepper after it's ripened inside, which is kind of cool. The habanadas are not hot habaneros. However, a couple of these have had a little heat. I've been able to hack them, but a couple have had a little bit of heat. I'm actually going to decide what I'm freezing once I go shopping and decide what I'm eating, because I have to prep some lunch. So what I'm going to decide out of here is what I'm going to chop and freeze for future use so it doesn't go bad, and what I am going to go ahead and we're going to eat. So I'm going to go shopping, grab a few things, come back, I'll make that decision and chop what I need to chop. So we're going to head out. We're going to go to Sam's Club, and then probably a local store. We might end up hitting Walmart. I'm gonna eat this berries crazy though, and just grab a few things. Back from Sam's Club, it took much longer than planned. It was very busy. Man, I was planning on filming some at Sam's Club. It was so busy. I have to remind myself school's back in session. And it was crazy packed. It was right after school got out. I got some Caesar salad mixes. I also got 2 of the sweet kale chopped salad with creamy poppy seed dressing. We love these. On the other fridge, I'm going to put my organic ground beef. It is grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef that I think it's $6 a pound or something like that now. And eggs. The other things I got were 2 jars of the peach halves that we really like, and 2 jars of the pineapple spears. We like these just the way they are, but we also like turning them into sorbet for dessert. This will last us over a year. Well, just over a year. Well, these expired all different dates. I didn't look at that. So, just about a year. But I don't use that much of this stuff. I mainly use it when people come over, and ours are old now, so it's time to replace. We do add relish into things, but not like a ton. So I also got 2 cases of water, a case of body armor, 2 things of distilled white vinegar, the 5% acidity that's only like $5. And then I got a case of these, and I want to show you this. I don't know if this is twist off or pop off though. We're about to find out. Not twist, not twist. Most of my candle bars have had it on the outside, but this doesn't have anything. I might be able to use this. Do I not have a bottle opener? I don't know if this is gonna work or not. So we used to have a can opener with a jar opener at our old place, and apparently we haven't needed one. So I'm gonna use this pasta measure and see if this will open it. Worked. Put that on my list of things to buy. All right. That took like 5 minutes coming in the house. And I don't know. So this is a carbonated water. It's unflavored. It's just a mineral water. It's literally no flavor at all. When I bought my last set of balsamic vinegar, the lady there had an amazing idea. and we tried it and we love it. Now this would be better if this was cold. But this is a white balsamic. It's white peach. And so in this jar, I'm just going to pour in a little bit. Might even be too much of that balsamic vinegar. Kind of move it around a little bit. And it tastes so good. So you can add as much or as little as you want. I think I might add a little bit more actually. This white peach tastes delicious. Okay. That was good. Get this sparkling water up. So balsamic vinegar has a whole lot of health benefits. One of the things it does is it helps stop your sugar from spiking if you have it with food. And so it helps it stay neutral. And so this right here is a fun way to add in a balsamic to help sugars from spiking, but also be flavorful and delicious and in a different way with just food. Now I will say you're drinking watered down vinegar, and so anytime with vinegar, the acidity and so forth, you want to make sure you're brushing your teeth afterwards. I have dentures, so I don't have to worry as much, but still I need to make sure I rinse it afterwards. So if you are addicted to what's that stuff? The Walmart brand is Bubbly or Bubble, whatever, and then, or LaCroix or whatever. I love LaCroix. I'm trying to get away from using so much soda cans, aluminum, and the other one is I'm trying to get away from, I do Sprite sometimes and ginger ale from the sugar and things when I still want that flavor. And so this is a great option for me, and it's a great option for my husband. So we just got these jars for the first time. We had gotten one big one that we poured into glasses and shared, which is another option if you don't want to use the whole thing. I really wish these were twist off though. So fun option for balsamic vinegar if you have not done it yet. I actually do not have time to do my other projects. I need to get going. I don't want to be late for Bible study. Always late for something, right? But I did spend all morning this morning catching up on my reading because I was behind. And let me show you what we're reading. We are doing a study on Psalms 23, which is only 6 verses, and we are spending 12 weeks on it. And I will tell you, it's probably one of the most known Psalms in the Bible, but we are reading A Shepherd Looks at Psalms 23 by Philip Keller, W. Philip Keller. I will link these in the description of the video. And then The Lord of Psalm 23 by David Gibson. And the amount of undertone and the amount of depth and the amount of information that comes from knowledge that would have been had from a man who was a shepherd, and some of the meanings of the things in that chapter are amazing to me. And then this just branches off in different ways. And so both of these books are great. It has been an amazing study. We're almost done with it. But I highly recommend if you are looking for something to read. These are both extremely good. This one is probably my favorite right now, but this one is really good too. So that's what we're studying. So I gotta go do my study on that. When I get home tonight, but I need to deal with the second pumpkin that I had roasted off camera. And so I need to puree all of that, and I'm gonna make some muffins, so we have some muffins for breakfast, and then get all of that put away into the freezer. I may make some soup and freeze it as well, but that's like a repeat video, so I'm not gonna share that with you. I will say this one roasted a lot better. However, I liked the flavor of the pumpkin I did on video much better. I just wish I would have roasted it longer. So I will say I had like this green, I think it was a Jaharadal pumpkin, and then the orange one, and the orange one was delicious. So we'll see how this one turns into soup. I may just save the orange one for soup and use this one for muffins. But I want to make sure I get that dealt with. So that's all for today. I am going to chop and freeze some of these, but I've got to go. I have a fly in the house again. It's heating back up. So the flies are coming back out again, and they are coming, anytime I go out in the garden, they're coming through the back door. So I need to hang up some more fly strips because I'm not dealing with these flies anymore. I'm done with them. Alright, that's it. I'm babbling. I will see you back on the next video. Thanks for joining me on my day of errands. Sorry I couldn't take you around Sam's Club with me. See you on the next one.